Hey, hey, hey. So here's what's going on in my real life today. My daughter's taking the PSATs for the first time. And so we're driving to school and I'm trying to give her a pep talk because we did nothing to prepare for this moment last night or the weeks leading up to this. And she's going to have a couple opportunities to do it this year. And so I was trying to get her in the mindset to like not be nervous and just look at this all like a big experiment, like she was a scientist, where today was really learning how to take the test. And I realized that's something that I want to say to you guys once in a while, that when we're doing this work, it's not really about getting it right all the time. Sometimes it's about doing it wrong and noticing that it doesn't feel good, just like doing it right and you notice that it does feel good or feel doable or empowering or strong or like whatever words you'd put to it. So while you're working out today, put words to it. I think the only thing that sucks about virtual, because I love a virtual, is that like I can talk back and forth with you. And I think in real life workouts, even in groups, it's like when people speak, whatever they're saying, it's like such good feedback for me to know like what's landing or not. Anyway, so let's land some breathing because I've only left myself exactly a half an hour to do this before my next client. Sit with your knees bent and either your feet flat or toes can come off the ground if that makes you more comfortable. And I want you to find your sit bones. Let's stack up your torso over your sit bones so we can start to reinforce what vertical is for your internal GPS system. Give yourself a nice big breath in and feel your rib cage expand. Now maintain your posture, and as you exhale, blow the air out through your mouth, create a little lift of your pelvic floor, and just observe the compression of the deep abdominals. Take another breath in and fill up with the air from bottom to top, so you can grow a half an inch taller. And now when you exhale, you're going to nod your chin and start to flex forward, curling your upper body over your legs. Stay here, take a breath in, and feel the ribs expanding your back. We're going to hold for a couple breaths. I want you to exhale through your mouth again and feel the abs compressing away from your legs. When you breathe in, push your hands into your legs a little bit so you get a little more propped up feeling and you kind of feel wings from your back out to your shoulders. And then stay for the exhale. And as you draw your ribs in a little deeper, feel like you're pressing the ribs against your back for a better stretch. Take one more breath in, feeling the ribs opening away from the spine, stretching right into those wings. And then when you exhale, begin to stack your spine up. And again, keep that little bit of pressure of your hands on your legs. And that's just to bring awareness into the shoulder girdle. It's not really changing how you're moving, just activating more of your body. All right, let's go down onto your back. And I want you to tuck your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your legs. If you feel comfortable lifting your head right away in a workout, you could even tuck in your chin a little bit like that to make a really tight ball. And then I want you to stretch everything out, long arms, long legs, and just wiggle a little. And I'm making kind of a lateral motion, like reaching one arm, then the other to side bend slightly. Circle your arms around, tuck back in, give yourself that little squeeze. You could shrug your shoulders, just squeeze your toes, wring yourself out, and then spread your fingertips and your toes. Reach nice and long, get lots of little micro wiggles in between the big wiggle of your whole body. Let's do that two more times. I'm gonna leave my head down this time just to show that option too, because I'm sorry, I went into head lift because I love it. And then out. Now this time when you're stretching, rotate a little bit. You could still reach one arm then the other, but make it feel like a shoulder circle. Play around, change it up. And last time, wringing out again. Feel that little squish. And then expand. And just stretch and play and open up. All right. Good. Now let's come on back into formal exercise. Bend your knees, set your feet flat. Let's do some hip rolls. When you exhale, curl your hips off the mat. We're going to do a rolling action up and a bridging action down. You're going to make your bridge at the top and then just hinge at the hips. So you're trying to stay neutral at your low back the whole way down. On the way up, this motion's rolling through flexion when I articulate through that hip roll. Okay, then I get that neutral alignment and just take it straight down. 2 more times this way. Curl the pelvis off. Try to reach your knees away from your shoulders. We have a nice stretch in the hips, and then fold at the hips to come down. Last time, roll up, giving pressure into the big toes, and hinge back down. Let's reverse it. Press straight up to open your hips, and then as you roll down, this time we're going to pull the hips towards your heels to get that nice long articulation. Rock back to neutral. Lift the hips and then send the motion like a wave running down your spine. Twice more. Exhale up and roll down. I just feel like this makes me feel like I'm manually making my stomach grumble. Like it doesn't ever grumble, it doesn't make the noise, but I feel like this makes what happens when it rumble grumbles on the way back down. Okay, just me? See, you can't talk back to me. Reach your arms up to the ceiling with your palms facing each other. We're going to do some toe taps. As you exhale, rock into imprint, drawing your hips a little closer to your ribs and elongating the low back slightly. Now lift up one leg when you breathe in, and I want you to go slow. Take the time to start exhaling so you can feel the support you create, then pick up your second leg. All right, now you're going to stay for one more breath in. When you exhale, lower one foot towards the mat and use the breath to stay in imprint so you could resist that additional weight and inhale to lift back up. Exhale, tap your opposite foot down. Inhale to lift. So this exercise is never about hitting the floor. It's just about your leg feeling heavier from the weight of gravity. And so stay with the sense of the breath and the imprint. Even if you don't reach the ground, you want to feel strong, like almost like the stronger you were here, the harder it would be to reach the ground. And exhale, tap. Okay, I hope you're in the groove with that. Let's make it a little harder, adding arm scissors. Now you're going to tap a foot down. You're going to reach that same side arm back by your ear, other arm down by your hip. Inhale back up to the top. Then we're switching again. Exhale, tapping. And inhale, lift. Exhale as you tap down. And inhale up. And exhale, reach. And lift. One more on each side. Feel how it's a little more challenging to hold those ribs down in this story. And last one. So we got that additional stretch in your lats. And then back up. Let's hold those arms there. Lower one leg. And then the other back down. All right. From here, we're going to go into an arm circle. Take your arms overhead as you inhale. Circle your arms around to your sides. We're going to do 3 arm circles each direction. And then we're going to go back to a free form. I want to do napping kitty, which I haven't done in a while. Let's go the other way. Arms overhead. I decided today it's just going to be whatever I feel like would feel good in my body workout today. That's what we're going to name it. And then back up and down. One more time. Big circle around. And then up and down by your sides. All right. So you're going to roll onto your side. And you're going to, again, think of like tucking. We're going to go into kind of like little fetal position. And you're going to rotate back and forth, going through an expanded middle, like a big X here, wiggle, wiggle, and then rotating to the other side and tucking back into the fetal position. So I'm going to have you go back and forth a few times, and I want you to vary how you do it. Even though we're contrasting, expanding, and contracting to do this, your limbs can push you away from the floor, or the weight of them can pull you over to the other side differently each time you go. And reach and stretch. We're going to do this 3 more times, but in your real life, or if you love a pause button, I say stop this workout and do more of them. Maybe don't do anything else, just do these for the rest of the day. Ooh, another curiosity I have. Can you hear all the friction I'm making with my arms and the headphones? I don't know if that gets picked up by the mic. And then relax. Let's hope not, but let me know in the comments if it does. All right, back onto your back. Chicka, fix all your clothes, please. Hands behind your head. All right, angle your elbows forward slightly. Let's go through the ab prep. As you exhale, you're going to curl your head and shoulders off the mat, gaze towards your knees, and then inhale to come back down. We're going to do that 5 times. As you curl up, I want you to practice your shoulder blades spreading apart, sliding down slightly, and then come back down. And that's just like an anchoring, which will support the angle of your arms and let you rest your head back in your hands instead of pushing the head forward. Yeah, make that a good challenge for your arms. Like as you're curling up, look towards your knees, but pretend your head weighed like 700 pounds and it's just falling backwards, backwards. Your arms have to support it. Now you're going to go up and you're going to stay. And let's do a set of 5 pulses. Rock back just a little and then lift. 2 and lift. Try to keep your pubic bone heavy. Your pelvis should be still in neutral. One more. Was that 6 and not 5? Come all the way back down. Sorry, I got talking about that pubic bone again. Curl forward. We'll count it for 5, 4. Breathe your ribs towards your hips. Last one. Stay there. Come on back down. Last time. Exhale, curl up and rock back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way back down. Flip over onto your stomach. Legs are going to be parallel. You can work with them together or slightly separated. Make a W shape with your arms. We're going to do 3 lifts into breaststroke prep to get extension through the upper back. I want you to work through your gaze first. So as you inhale, start to look towards the edge of the mat, and that'll begin the articulation. Now you're going to press away from the floor, draw your shoulder blades back, and press your chest up to lift you. Stay here, take a breath in. When you exhale, lower back down using your breath. So your ribs hug together and down. Soften the collarbones, release your neck and head. As you breathe in, reach your head away from your toes when you start to lift. Keep the eyes open, draw your shoulder blades back. Try to keep your neck feeling long like a turtle popping out of the shell, and then exhale as you come back down. One more time, reaching the ears away from the shoulders on the way up. Press the breastbone forward, and then exhale, draw the abs in, feel the ribs knitting together, and melt into the mat. Let's add superhero. You're going to inhale to lift up. From that top pose, you're going to lower into a hover and reach your arms overhead. So now the abs have to support this long lever of your body. And then we're going to come back up, catch yourself on the forearms, get connected with the shoulder blades there. Exhale, let's go down to hover, arms reach overhead, and then inhale back up. I find this move, it's great for your upper back, but this arm reach and this moment down here is also really good to improve your shoulder flexibility and strength reaching overhead. One more time like that, and then back up. Okay, come down for a sec. Let's take your legs. You're going to open them and turn them out. So the toes are about as wide as the mat. I'm going to have you work with your hands underneath your forehead first. You're going to squeeze your heels together by bending your knees. We're going to pull into the midline 3 times. I'm sorry, I didn't think I was going to say that very well. And then you're going to straighten your legs, lift them up, bring your arms around to your sides, and lift into an extended position with the upper back. Let's come back down to that supported hover, squeeze it in for 1. Activate your glutes, pull your abs away from the floor. Now breathe into your chest to help lift you up. Arms swing back and back down. Exhale for 3 and 2 and 1. Inhale, reach out. Quads strong. Let's fully extend those knees 2 more times and pull back in. And 2 and 3. Arms circle, collarbones open. Last one, dropping 3 and 2 and 1. And inhale up. And now let's take it all the way back down. All right, sit back into your shell stretch, hips onto your heels. Okay, flexed spine. And then I want you to bend one elbow in by your side, reach your other arm across. Let's take that big windshield wiper stretch. And we're just going to go back and forth. So you're going to tuck one elbow in, reach the other one across when you exhale. Inhale, tuck, and exhale up and over. I usually do the breathing backwards to this. Not that it matters, but if you don't like it, do it the other way. One more to each side. Like this breath is really just giving you a cadence for moving, but you know. All right. Stay right here. We're going to go on to all 4. Okay. I would like you to begin with your toes curled underneath your feet. Fingertips spread apart. We're going to do a few knee hovers and then walk out to a long plank. When you're setting up, the wider fingertips just gives you a little more base of support. I want you to keep the hands still, but rotate the upper arms as if turning the pointy parts back and the pit parts forward. And then push yourself away from the floor. You might notice that your hand arch, like there's a little arch in the, it domes up the center of your hand like an arch. Let's take a breath in. On your exhale, shift your weight into your hands. Pick your knees up slightly, and you're going to shift your weight back towards your legs. Stay here and take a breath in, and then exhale to come back down. Check on that rotation. Lean forward so you feel your fingertips. Now we're going to lift up, and you're going to push back a little. So that's taking the pressure out of your wrist, that slight shift. Hold here, breathe in, and then come back down. I want you to remember you can always affect that. So when you push up, like feel the load in it, and then just push away from where there's compression. Hold there, take your breath in, and then come back down. All right, so we're going to go back to that knee hover, and then we're going to walk out, out, in a few times. Lead with the same leg. All right, so we stabilize the arms, push away from the floor, lift the knees, get anchored. Now you're going to walk out, out, in. Again, 4 times total. Out, in, out, out, in. One more time. Step, step, pull, pull. Drop back down. Just go back a little bit just so we get off the wrists. One more round, leading with the other leg. Load it back up. Press away from the floor. Hover those knees. And then step back, back, forward, forward. I'm leaving you out there lingering just for a second to feel that plank to make sure it's perfect. 2 more times. Reach, reach, tuck, tuck. Last one. In. Drop it. Sit it back. Time check. Flip back over onto your back. All right. One leg straight and one leg bent. Microphone fixed. We are going to roll up. If you already know this is going to be a toughie for you with this modification, make it more shallow. Start with your arms straight. And I want you to think of the relationship between your rib cage and your arms right now. So we're going to keep the lower ribs flat against the mat. As you exhale, reach your arms overhead, but only go as far as you can while feeling the activation of your abs holding your ribs down. All right, so you've got an active starting position. Now you're going to inhale, lift your arms up to the ceiling. When you exhale, you're going to curl forward through a roll up. Now normally we round over your legs, but today I'm going to have you just sit up straight. You're going to rotate towards the bent knee, and we're just going to get a little twist. I want you to really lift from your chest there. Take a breath in, and then when you exhale, you're going to turn to the front and start to roll back down again. And then just take your arms overhead. So we're going to do 3 on that side. Arms go up, nod your chin, curl forward. Let's say you can't get up. You can support yourself there. Sit up tall. You're going to rotate, take an inhale, lift the chest. I'm pushing away from the floor with that arm too. Back to the front, roll back down. One more time, arms go up. Exhale, nod the chin. We pass through that ab prep, rounding the lower back, then elongating up to the top. Take a breath and twist, just gentle pressure here, pulling that knee, and then bring it back down. Hold the arms overhead, switch the Legos. Let's go the other way. Arms up as you breathe in. Exhale, nod the chin and curl forward. Inhale, you're going to twist, sit up nice and tall. Drop that shoulder that's twisting back. Exhale, turn to the front, roll down. Reach the arms overhead. And again, inhale, arms up. Nod the chin, curl up, sit up nice and tall. Twist, you want to lift up as high as you can towards those sit bones, and then back to the front, roll down. This also could be very helpful if you're working on improving your tree on the reformer. Nod your chin, and then twist, and then back to the front, roll it back down, and reach overhead. Turn onto your side. Bottom arm's going to go under your head. Legs are in a clamshell position. And we're going to do a spinal rotation and a side kick. I want you to start with your top leg reaching back, your top arm reaching forward. You're going to bend your knee and your elbow, and you're going to start to rotate your upper body towards the back. Then you're going to kick your foot out straight and open your arm to the back. Now I've got my foot flexed, and I'm pushing out the heel and the heel of the hand. Then you're going to bend your elbow, rotate across, and I'm going to stay pointy fingers, pointy toes at this end. Inhale, bend your elbow, bend your knee, rotate, reach out, press through the heels, and then bend and come back. Let's do 3 more of those. Inhale as you open, linger. Exhale as you return, compress the abs, wring yourself out. Inhale, rotate, let your head follow your twist, and exhale back. One more time. Inhale, bend, kick out, reach through the heel, and return. I'm going to turn away from you to do the other side so that you can watch my wrist on this one, in case that was confusing what I said. All right, so legs in more of a clamshell. I'm starting with top arm reaching forward, bottom leg back, so a little bit of a twist there. And then you're going to inhale to bend your knee and your elbow. I'm going to kick the foot out, pretend like you're Spider-Man, you're shooting the webs out the heel of your hand. Bend your elbow, bend your knee, reach away. And again, inhale, start to rotate, gaze follows to look at the web. And then bend your elbow and knee, reach away. 3 more times. Breathe into twist and press. Hi. And rotate back. And 2. And return. One more time. Big breath in, feel the ribs expand. And exhale back. All right. Let's go back onto your back. Okay, let's go through a little bit of the ab series. I want you to rock into imprinted position, and then you're going to lift up one leg at a time into tabletop. We're just going to do single leg stretch going right into double leg stretch. Take another breath in. Nod your chin, curl up your head and shoulders, gaze at your knees. Now one hand will support your knee as you reach out the other leg. And we're just going to go back and forth. Breath is a quick inhale, long exhale. So we keep recreating the compressive force. We want to support the low back being imprinted. If your neck gets tired, you just put your head down, keep doing the rest of the exercise. You've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take both knees in, right into double leg stretch. When you exhale, reach your arms and legs away from each other. Circle your arms and tuck the knees in. Exhale as you reach out, circle and catch. Exhale away and back in and reach it out. Good, and remember, head can go down. Otherwise, keep committing to a good lift from the upper body. Bottom tip of the shoulder blade touching the mat, gaze at the knee. Last 2. Reach and circle one more time. Send it out, circle back in. All right, lower your head, squeeze your knees into your chest. Feet back down. I would like to pull up my pants and do the shoulder bridge. Put my big girl pants on. That is how I feel when I do this exercise every time. Walk your feet in so they're about 6 to 8 inches away from you. Little space between your legs, arms by your sides. We will first do a set of pulses. On your exhale, lift your hips up into a bridge. Now we did this in the warm-up, so that was like the straight lift. Now this time you're going to take your hips down almost all the way to the mat and do 3 pulses up, going higher, 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 then come most of the way down. And again, lift up 1, 2, 3, most of the way down. Last time to lift, to stay up, take a breath in, and then come back down on your exhale. All right, so that just did something with your hips after holding them in the air. Now let's go to challenge the balance more and lift one leg in the air. Breathe in to prepare. On your exhale, lift your hips to make your bridge. Here, your key is going to be pubic bone higher than your hip bones. Now, when you breathe in, lift one leg through tabletop and then extend it up to the ceiling. Flex your foot and lower your leg when you exhale. Point your toes and lift back up. And again, flex and drop. point and lift. One more time, point and lift. Now bend your knee, roll your foot down to the mat. Other leg. Inhale, lift through tabletop, extend it up. Flex, drag your leg down. Point and lift up. Flex and lower. Point and lift. One more time, point and lift, bend your knee, roll through your foot, drop your hips. Exhale, hips up to bridge. Breathe in, work through the foot. So heel, ball, toe. I'm going to lift it and extend it to the ceiling. Now flex your foot, push out through the heel on the way down, point your toes, reach up. Again, flex and lower, point and lift. One more, point and lift, bend your knee, roll down through the foot. Fix those hips, other leg, roll off through tabletop, extend it up. Now flex, drag it down, point and lift. 2, point and lift. One more time, point and lift, bend your knee, roll through the foot, lower your hips. One more set. Exhale, press up to bridge. Inhale, press into the big toe and heel on your stabilizing foot as you set this up. Now flex, drag it down. Point and lift. Push that heel towards the wall. Point and lift. One more time, flex and drop. Point and lift. Bend your knee, roll down. I cannot breathe and talk right now. Other leg. Roll it up. Whew, leg to the ceiling. All right, flex, drag it down. Now trace that line right up to the ceiling. Good, drag that heel down the line, point and lift. One more time, flex and drop. Point and lift, bend your knee, roll through the foot, drop your hips. Cry a little bit on the inside. Let's do the rollover, because that will make us feel much better about ourselves. Rock into imprint and lift your legs up one at a time to tabletop position. We're going to start with your legs reaching out on the diagonal. So when you exhale, schwink, send them out there. All right, as you breathe in, legs going up to the ceiling. When you exhale, you're going to curl your spine off the mat, rolling over to your shoulder blades. Slightly open your legs when you breathe in. When you exhale, you're going to roll back down, one bone at a time through your spine. Land your hips and lower your legs onto the diagonal again. Bring them back together and lift them on your inhale. Give a little pressure into your forearms to give you the stability to roll off. Open slightly as you breathe in, and then roll back down. Drag out that breath because you need the end of your exhale to get those abs holding imprint. One more this way, legs together and up. And exhale, roll over to the shoulder blades. Open the legs and roll back down. Let's reverse the direction. I want you to notice my legs are not open too wide. When you open them wide, this gets easy. And what is the point of doing it if it's easy? Legs together, roll back down. So it is plenty if you just open your legs like 2 inches, like your standing posture, and then roll back up or over, and then legs together, and roll back down. One more time like that. Open, hinge, and exhale, roll off. And if you're not sure like how to do it right, do each time differently, just as a general practice. And then it's like variety. We'll make sure you get what you need to get out of it. All right, knees in your chest. Squiz. All right. Roll on your side. Push yourself up. I gotta hustle. You're gonna stand up. Side planks, please. All right, we're gonna roll down. We're gonna go to a plank. We're gonna go each way 3 times, alternating. Nod your chin. Curl down towards the floor. Bend your knees to get there. Walk your hands out and make a plank. Putting a little space between your legs is necessary for you to twist. Now push down into one hand, rotate to the side of your feet and the side of your hips, reach your top arm up to the ceiling, and then turn back to the floor. All right, so to the other side, push away from the ground. There, of course, my cutout then, and back to the floor. I hope you were able to follow my visual cues. And back to the center. One more to each side. And back to the middle. Last time, twist and reach up. And then turn back to the center. Now, walk your hands in, bend your knees, and that'll help you shift your weight over your feet, and then roll back up to standing. Swing your arms up and down a few times. Let's make it 3. This time you're going to go down to your plank, and we're going to go between a plank and an extended upper body. I'm not going to show it, but if you want to do this with your knees down like a short plank, it will work that way. It'll actually feel even better than those of us in the long plank, so use it if you need it. Drop your chin, roll down to the floor, bend those knees, walk out your hands, make a little plank. Now when you breathe in, pull your shoulder blades back and push your chest forward and up to come into extension. Exhale, pull your abs and push away from the floor, find the plank. And again, inhale, chest lifts. Now your hips may drop a little, but don't collapse. Exhale, return. In fact, think of the tissue in the front of your body, like your abs right now. When you're going into extension, you're trying to lift, and imagine that from pubic bone to chin, that's acting like a hammock, like it's holding underneath you. And then imagine the hammock like kind of bounced you up off of it, boom, right back to your plank. One more time. Inhale, lift, push your heart forward. Exhale, back to plank, walk it in. All right, weight into your feetsies. Roll back up. Arms up and down a few times. All right, plank to pike. Next, drop your chin, roll towards the floor, bend your knees, walk it out. Now, sit bones to the ceiling and push backwards so they're going towards where the wall meets the ceiling behind you. And then bring yourself back down into your plank. Wide sit bones, take an inhale, lift up. And exhale, abs nice and strong. Use your glutes to push your hips down, but arms still brace away from the ground. Piking up. And lower. 2 more times. And down. Last one on this set. And down. Let's walk it back in. And roll back up. All right, last set. I'm still going to bring it out to a plank to put you back into that pike. You're going to stay in that pike. We're going to twist. Last thing. Drop your chin. Roll it down. Get to the ground. All right, walk out to your plank. Fingertips spread. And now pike. All right, so we're going to bear the weight in one arm. And you're going to rotate across towards your other leg. And then come back to the pike. And when you're in the middle, push back so the weight feels like it's in your legs. Rotate, and that'll just help your shoulder with the stability. We're going to go side to side. Push it back. And again, twist. And then back to the center. Yeah, no saving me. And twist and reach. And back to the center. Last 2. Push back and rotate. Back to the middle. And twist. Center. Good. Bring your weight up to your feet. I'm sorry, that ended up a big mess here inside of my shirt. Yeah. This whole workout was a blooper reel. Good luck putting up with this workout. Bye. Have a great day.